and your mom, right?
Yes, sir. I will.
What'd you like about Rotary of the day?
I like the food. It was good, but I also just like the passion for community service.
Yes.
You know, all the members have. Honestly, it was a great experience. I don't normally like dogs. I'm actually scared of dogs, but great to learn about the canines as well.
Oh, yeah, the canines were there. I was a little confused. You talking about dogs. Then I forgot the canines were there. Smyrna Police Department was there. The one thing y'all ought to get involved in is we've got our Wings of Freedom fish fry. I think it may be the 22nd fish fry coming up. We've raised close to $2 million for community nonprofits, and a lot of times we look for volunteers. And one way that really can help your career is really volunteering. I mean, it's like this morning in our Sunday school lesson. In fact, I happened to bring my Sunday school lesson today. We were talking about joyfully giving. That was the point of the message. Dick Peach is our teacher, and it was talking about the joy. Let me see if I get this right. I don't want to misquote it. The joy of giving, and it was talking about. If you had unlimited resources, what causes would you put at the top of your list? And Dr. Brian Terry and I, we see a lot of hurts, we see a lot of hang-ups, so we see all kinds of issues. But you got some friends watching, right?
I do have some friends.
Can you want to give them a shout out? What's their name?
There's a lot. It's my home Bible study.
Really?
I'll give a shout out to my Bible study. I know they're watching right now.
Well, start naming names.
I know Emma Poole just posted me on Instagram.
Oh, did she?
I did get a notification.
And your mom said, "Don't give the address out."
Yeah, my mom, my whole family's watching at the dinner table right now.
Wow.
And
they're local heroes to take in 90 foster children. Wow.
They're great.
Man, I've raised 2 kids, and it was a challenge, just 2 of them, man.
Hey, and they're pretty young, too. Raising a 17-year-old girl is not easy.
I bet.
They're 29, 28. So,
really?
Yeah.
When my wife and I, she was 18, I was 22, and when we got married, and I prayed for sons. I mean, literally, I was like, Lord Jesus, give me sons. I just wanted sons, and now I kind of wish I had girls, man, because sons don't pay no attention to you. Seriously, Father's Day, they ain't gonna pay no attention. You know who calls me on Father's Day? Brian, my former assistant, young African-American young man, Marvin.
Oh.
He'll get me something for Father's Day. My boys don't pay no attention. Girls, they say, well, I got a new grandbaby, though. Grace is her name. Right after my mom passed, that was my bill. I'm making Amazing Grace official to him, but God kind of had a plan with that. Ben, you got anybody you want to give a shout out to? Any buddies or anything?
Definitely my parents, for supporting me along the way. Not sure what friends are watching, but I think Cora's watching, so shout out to my friend Cora.
We'll talk, real quick, both y'all, before we move to Roger and Thomas here and Brian, at Smyrna West, what kind of changed you, or what kind of woke you up? Because both y'all have gotten in some trouble, like a lot of us folks when we were your age did some dumb things. But what kind of helped you, Ben? What is there any certain teacher, anybody that inspired you or talked to you?
I mean, yeah, Miss Taylor, my English teacher at Smyrna West. When I was writing, and I told you this, when I was writing my autobiography, and, reflecting on the decision I made, I realized I wanted to be something more.
So you wrote an autobiography?
Yes.
What inspired that?
It was actually, I did it for an assignment for her class.
Do you think, so writing you think was kind of therapy for you?
Yes, definitely.
Wow.
Definitely.
Wow. Well, Emily, what at Smyrna West, what do you think kind of helped you?
I'll say Miss Messerly. She was the
librarian. She's sweet.
I love her. I love her.
She is
so much.
sweet.
She's the best.
Yes.
She was honestly okay. I got out of Smyrna West really quickly. I was able to leave earlier than
because you excelled with all your points and everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and it was a different district that I got removed from.
Yeah.
So. And then I ended up moving halfway through it, so then I went.
Was it the smaller classroom size? Was that a benefit to y'all?
Honestly, I think a lot of people at my school would do more than benefit from that.
Yes. Well, Brian, Brian and I are listening to this because this is the teacher-pupil ratio is something that a lot of folks are concerned about, as well as the mental health. I had something happen. I was talking about strange coincidences. We're talking about mentorships and things like that, and reaching young people. Well, my office, we mailed 100 blue books to Smyrna West, and the Secretary of State helped them get it shipped over there. And I got I had a stack of cards in the office. Brian gets them too. We'll get thank you cards. I'm trying to clean out my office, and I'm not the most organized guy. So my new temporary assistant, he goes, I just throw all that stuff away. You need to go paperless. I said, but man, these things mean a lot to me. It was a stack of thank you cards. And the office is just cluttered. And he's, man, I just throw all that stuff away. So, well, let me save it. And he said, oh, by the way, you get this other card in the mail. And he comes in there and hands it to me. And I opened up. It was from Smyrna West. It was a handmade card, and they made the card look like a blue book.
Oh,
they
really?
opened it up and had all the kids' signatures. So I told the young man, I said, here's a stack of cards. It was probably 30 thank you cards sitting over to my left. I said, which card? Another one's over. I said, which card has more value? Mm-hmm. He said, the blue one. I said, why? He said, because somebody took the time out to create that card. Mm-hmm. I know the Smyrna West, we've done a lot of shows over there, remote shows, and, we've got to reach these young people. Our prison budget has doubled since I was elected. It's $1.2 billion and growing, and it's going to get worse. I mean, the crime among young people and the social breakdown we're seeing, that's a ministry in itself for you to reach other young ladies. Have you thought about going into some kind of mental health area, therapy, that sort of thing?
I've thought about it, but wherever God calls me.
Amen. Yes. Go ahead, Brian.
As you say, you talk about kids getting involved, and that goes back to self-governance and stuff that you get sent to you at the Capitol.
Isn't he a handsome fellow? I'm looking at your picture.
Yeah. But yeah, those were handwritten letters from 8th grade students at Central Magnet, and they.
Yeah. That's in your district?
It's not in my district,
Oh, okay.
but they sent me all these letters, and so my assistant, I was up there at the Capitol. It wasn't this week, it was a couple weeks ago, and went through those, and ended up emailing back the teacher about getting these and looking at them.
Well,
seeing their
to me,
issues.
it's the best. A little simple thank you card is one of the best things you can do,
Hey,
whether it's a job interview or whatever.
That's also a tip for the men out there. A handwritten letter for a lady. That's
I'm
what'll
telling
get
you.
'em.
Oh, there we
That's
go.
what'll get 'em.
Well, like Mother's Day, I never bought my wife anything because I used to think, well, she's not my mom. And then I was like, I better start getting her something because I got boys and they forget those things. But it is a good return. Now, speaking of Central Magnet, they've got a big chess team out there, don't they?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, with
Rob Mitchell's
involved with it. Yeah.
We're talking about the game of chess for critical thinking skills to get kids to think before they act, think before they do something stupid and wind up at Smyrna West or something.
We need to tell this to my group chat right now. They're all shouting out. They're like, shout me out. So, hey Carter.
Go ahead.
Hey Hannah. Emma already got a shout out. Peyton texted the group chat. Peyton King. That prom queen. That's
really?
Yeah, prom
Okay.
queen. That's my girl.
wow.
And my lovely Ryan Garrett. That is my pastor. That's been my pastor since
really?
freshman
Okay.
year. He's literally. I would not be the woman I am. I would not be as strong as I am
Really?
without him.
Yeah, Pat Hood, y'all's pastor over
Yes,
there.
I love Pat Hood.
Yeah. Now, what about some of your teachers and principals over at Smyrna High?
Sutherland. I've always loved Sutherland.
She's a sweetheart.
She really is.
She is. She's got such a beautiful smile. She always got a great attitude.
I won't lie. I did take her for a surprise when I did my speech. She did not know I was doing that. And she was like,
I got a picture of you, by the way, doing that. I was even shocked. I was like, oh my gosh. I mean, I love it though.
Oh, I got to shout out my grandparents, my Mimi and G-Paw. They're listening from Bowling Green right now.
Really?
Yes.
Maybe, let me tell you something. I talk about weird coincidences. Brian probably gets tired of me talking about it, Roger, too. But let me tell you, we stopped by the Steered Straight and dropped off. My wife had a huge thing of clothes. We dropped them off. And I said, and I had to kill a little bit of time. I was trying to meet up with a guy on some Jeep wheels or something. He's supposed to text me. So I said, let's just go by Goodwill, Church Street. We go in there, and guess what my wife found? We got a new grandbaby on its way, on his way, I guess, and it's going to be a boy. And my name is Pops for my grandbaby, and her name is Mimi. And she found one of the onesies, and it said Mimi and Pops on it.
Oh,
wow.
that's,
What's the
wow.
odds of that?
Well, it's in the South, so.
I don't know. That's like a common name. Because my wife said, what do you want to be called? I'm like, I don't know. I never thought about what to be called as a grandpa. What are you going to be called, Brian?
And I just hope to be called.
I just hope to be called. Hope you're still around, you know. Well, they wouldn't be called Gramps or.
Oh wait, I forgot one.
Grandpa.
Caleb McLeod is so cool. Everybody go follow him on all social medias.
really?
He said that he's so cool.
What's he want to do?
I'm not sure. I know that he loves the Lord. I do know he loves the Lord. Caleb McLeod.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, this stuff is real. You know, my bill making Amazing Grace official state hymn. I got to talk to Priscilla Presley recently, Elvis's wife.
Yeah.
All right, and I was talking to her why they named it Graceland, and then she started telling me that the family had named it. Told her about I was playing Amazing Grace while my mom was passing away. She was 91. She was from Scotland. And I literally watched the music calm her down, her breathing calmed down, her moans calmed down. She passed the next day, and then our daughter-in-law went into premature labor just 4 days after, and I didn't think about it, but my son named the baby Grace. And it was nothing to do with Amazing Grace, I can promise, because Preston's not really in church or anything. And he's a believer, but he's super analytical. Did get a 4.0 at MTSU in his graduate study, so proud of him. But I'm going to tell you, these young people, I'm telling you, that's the best choice you can make in your life. I think Dr. Terry would agree.
Absolutely.
I think that's something that, my pastor tells me all the time, like, surround yourself with people that love the Lord.
Yes.
Because they will only excel you. It's so much easier for someone to pull you down than for you to pull them up.
Oh, yes. And Ben, you're a strong believer, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm actually a licensed minister. So yeah.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Man, and you're going to become a
minister and write some autobiography. And, man, I could get
Jesus. I hated kids like you when I was in school. I was like, man, I never could achieve that kind of thing, at all. But Ben, you got any final words before we wrap up get Roger over here real quick?
Thank you so much for this opportunity, Mr. Sparks. Thank you, for this opportunity. To everyone that's listening, just want to reiterate one more time that your failures don't have to be the end.
Yes.
And I posted a speech on my Instagram, so, yeah, thank you.
All right. You're very welcome. Emily, go ahead.
For God so loved the world that he gave his only son, and whoever believes in him shall not perish, but have eternal life. John 3:16.
Amen. Well, that gives us.
Last words.
That gives us hope because I was at an event of the day. Brian wasn't there, and I used a bad word. I really did. I said, this country is going to blank. But see, when I hear folks like you and Ben, I'm like, yes, there is hope out there, man. But all this, everybody was so respectful. So shout out to Dr. Harold, Dr. Sullivan, and Laverne High School, and all the students in y'all's career choice. And if I can help you, or Dr. Terry can help you, or Dalton or Roger, reach out to any of us.
All right. Thank you guys so much.
He pulls a lot of weight at the Capitol. You need anything, call Dr. Brian Terry.
I got you.
Well, thank y'all. Let's segue real quick. Roger, jump on in here. Pull on up here, brother. You can hang out with us, Emily. Well, we had something cool that happened this week. We went over and met with his 95-year-old aunt. Right. Tell us about, and she's probably listening right now.
Yes. Now, we're having the, you was talking about the fish fry. It's the 21st of September, not the 22nd. Saturday 21st. The Wings of Freedom fish fry.
Okay.
Yeah, I checked into that. And also, tomorrow we're having our memorial at the Coos Memorial in Smyrna from 11 o'clock to whenever, but she may attend that because people may know, like Sergeant Hahn, your friend got killed.
Asbury Hahn.
And my uncle got killed in Normandy. I did the program a few years ago talking about that, and this is his sister, and she's 95. So if weather permits, she's going to be there.
Yes.
So I'll let her know it's kind of
Smyrna, Lee Victory Park at the
Coos
Blue
Memorial,
Angel.
the big Blue Angel. It's at 11 o'clock tomorrow.
And
they do a really great job every year.
VFW's got
Yes, the VFW helps sponsor, puts that on. Yes,
at about 12:30.
Yeah, food at the VFW right after that.
Yes. Ron, got anything?
I just appreciate you having me out here. I'm just inspired by the youth of
Isn't that cool?
of Rutherford County here.
Dalton here. Dalton's in ministry.
Yeah, I know. I got to go look at the commercial that y'all were telling me about
one day. Yes. Well, that's the importance of mentors. I quoted stats on the House floor last month about the fatherless, and I think it's the most serious issue facing our country. And if there's a lobbyist, I'm going to challenge anybody. Tell me who the lobbyist is. I've never seen them, and I'll be honest with you. I think there's certain groups that want to keep this country broken. I think the media is responsible. I was on Channel 5 one time on Evening Line, and we were talking about issues, and I said that, why don't y'all need to cover it? And this little reporter, she goes, we do that. I said, no, you don't. And I made her mad because people at church was laughing, and she said, well, let's go to break and we may be back. She got ticked off at me. But the media has a responsibility to, one, tell the truth, and don't just politicize everything. I mean, my dad kind of was there and he kind of wasn't. They were divorced. He was military. But these young men and young ladies need a male role model. And, Sergeant Hahn that was killed in Iraq, he was my friend. His son hangs out with me. And shout out to Spencer Hahn and A Soldier's Child for helping to make a difference in these young people's lives. So 11 o'clock tomorrow at the Captain Jeff Coos Memorial in Smyrna. Thank y'all. We'll talk at you next week.
Portions of our programming have been pre-recorded. The Good Neighbor Network, Murfreesboro, Smyrna, flagship station for MTSU Sports.
Ascension St. Thomas Heart is the leader in Middle Tennessee for heart care, providing the most advanced options, including heart surgery and transplants. Our nationally recognized cardiac team cares for more adult hearts than anyone in the state, from AFib to heart failure, using minimally invasive options when possible to help shorten